How's it, grade 12? So today we're going on to financial maths, and the first thing that we're going to start off with is annuities, and we're working from slides 1 to 5 from the finance PowerPoint. Okay, so first of all, what is an annuity? An annuity is a number of equal payments made at regular time intervals. Okay, so basically you're paying off a loan or you want to save or whatever. Okay, and that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at two types of annuities: a future value and a present value annuity. Okay, so a future value annuity is when you are saving up for something. So you're going to make regular payments every month to get an amount at the end of, say, whatever, 5 years. So you can buy a car or go on a holiday or whatever. Okay. A present value annuity is you get a loan and you get the money now, and you need to pay off that loan by having regular payments every month. So the first one we're going to look at is the future value annuity. Okay. So we have a new formula, which is this: f is equal to x into 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 all over I. Okay, so this one is when you are saving up for something. So you don't have the money yet, but you're going to make regular monthly or quarterly or whatever your time period is payments to save up. Okay, so let's have a look at what these new things are, like your f and your x and all of that. So f is the future value. It's the value that you are saving up for. Okay, your X is your regular installment at the end of every period. So at the end of every month, or at the end of every quarter, or at the end of every half year, or whatever the time period is. Okay, I is the effective interest rate. Okay, now just remember, we need to maybe convert that. If your interest rate will be a per annum rate, but then they say that it's monthly payments. So we need to convert that interest rate into a monthly interest. Then we've got N, which is your time period. It is also the number of payments that you will be making. Okay, this formula is on your formula sheet, so you won't have to remember it. Okay, so let's have a look at the first example. So the first example is saying, and you will have the PowerPoints for this, so you can write it down in your book. So just going to read it out to you. It says, Anna invests 1,200 Rand at the end of every 6 months. How much has she accumulated after 7 years if the investment earns 9.5% per annum compounded semi-annually? Okay, so you can see that this is going to be a future value because she's putting in 1,200 Rand every 6 months into an account, and she's saving up for a total. Okay, so I'm going to write down F, all of my variables that were in that formula. So we've got F, X, I, and N. Okay, so this is what we want to find out. How much does Anna have at the end of this period? So she invests 1,200 every 6 months. The interest is 9.5%. So I'm going to convert that to a decimal by just dividing by 100. And it's for 7 years. But here comes the problem. They're saying here that this is compounded per annum. It's per annum, but compounded semi-annually. So what I need to do is I need to divide this by 2, because semi-annually is basically half yearly or every 6 months. If I divide this one, I must multiply this one because this is 7 years. And then basically how many semi-annuals are in 7 years? Well, there will be 14. So I'm just going to work this out on a calculator, and we just do this. We just say 9.5 over 100. Divide that by 2. Okay, and we get 19 over 400. This one here would be 14. Okay, so both our I and our N are now in the compound period, which is semi-annually. Okay, I'm going to substitute these into our formula, which is F is equal to X into 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1 all over I. Okay, let's substitute these into the formula, and we get F is equal to 1,200, 1 plus 19 over 400 to the power of 14 minus 1 all over 19 over 400. And we can now work out our future value. Okay, 1,200 over 400 to the power of 14 minus 1 all over 19 over 400. Okay, so we now get our final amount. Now just remember that you need to round off to 2 decimal places because we are dealing with money here. And we get 23,114 Rand, and round that off to 2 decimals, we're going to get 42. Okay, so Anna will have at the end of 7 years 23,114 Rand and 42 cents with an semi-annually payment of 1,200 Rand. Okay, let's go on to example 2. Okay, example 2 is saying, you would like to have accumulated 98,000 Rand in 5 years' time in order to have a large deposit for a townhouse. How much should you save at the end of every month if you earn 6.9% per annum compounded monthly? Okay, so again, we want to save up to this total amount of 98,000. How much must we pay every month? So F is equal to, X is equal to, I is equal to, and N is equal to. So the future value that we want is 98,000. Okay, we don't know what our monthly payments are. That's what we're going to find out. Our interest rate, they said, was 6.9%. Okay, just to convert that into a decimal, and it's 5 years. Okay, but they told us that this thing is compounded monthly. Now this is a per annum rate, so we need to divide that by 12, and then we need to convert that into months. So we multiply that by 12. Okay, so now both of our I and our N are in the same time periods, which is months. Okay, so let's just put this on the calculator and simplify it. So we get 6.9 over 100. And then we divide that by 12. And we get 23 over 4,000. Okay, then 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, so we're going to use our future value formula. So F is equal to X, 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1, all over I. Substitute our values in here, and we get 98,000, 1 plus 23 over 4,000 to the power of 60 minus 1 all over 23 over 4,000. Okay, so grade 12s, you can see I will take whatever answer this is and I will divide both sides by it to get the X on its own. So that's what I'm going to do first, is I'm going to work out what this thing is. So we get my bracket, 1 plus 23 over 4,000 to the power of 60 minus 1 all over 23 over 4,000. Okay, so now I'm going to take 98,000 divided by this. And we get that X is equal to and we're going to round that off to 2 decimal places. So we get 1,372 Rand and 40 cents. So that will be the monthly payments that you need to make over 60 months at an interest rate of 6.9% to save up 98,000. Okay, so grade 12, so what I would like you to do is exercise 4.2, number 6, and then exercise 4.3, numbers 1, 2, 4, and 7 for me, please. Thank you.